Hello. Oh. What's up, Lois? You're first. What up, T-Bone? You're second. Boy, today is full of surprises. As a matter of fact, I left one of the surprises. What up, Don? Oh, what up, BK? So, as I was saying before I realized I left half of it on the other side of the room, today's been full of surprises. All of them good. All of them good. All of them good. All of them good. I think all of them were good. If I had a bad surprise today, I don't think I know. I remember. So yeah, full of surprises, all good. So I'm always buying stuff for y'all. I mean, not directly for y'all, but stuff for you to then buy from us. I'm buying stuff to enrich your life. And I forgot I snagged this little nugget right here until it came in. She-Hulk numero uno. Art Germ variant signed by Art Germ. What up, Prue? It's a good cover. Probably easier for you to see now. Yeah. Good cover. Solid sig. Art Germ put it on the hip like a tattoo. So yeah, you'll be seeing that soon. Oh. Okay, so no, the clock's over here. Not this weekend, but next weekend we will be in Las Vegas. We are in Las Vegas. We are buying. We are also visiting Kate and Blind Cat. And if Sapporo shows up at the con, now that I know what he looks like, he's getting a big ol' hug. There will be blood left over from the pajama party. Yeah, Kate has been just growing leaps and bounds as an artist. Yes, buddy.
Will I be here tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Unless mommy stays home. But I think she's going to work. Hey, man, I don't know. It's a crapshoot. Yeah, well, I don't know. You should be. If you're not, Daddy got a package in the mail today that I would put into use tomorrow. So, did you see the poison ivy she did? I might have seen it. I might have seen it in better detail than you did. Ugh. Let me see if I have in my private Discord that nobody is allowed in but the artists. If I have pictures. What is her name? Kate. And the project's name is Katie After Dark 2. I probably wasn't supposed. I probably was not supposed to announce that yet. Ba ba ba. No, not that. I don't know where we put her stuff. She's in here somewhere. Oh, sassafras. All right. There you go, Don. You did it, not me. I thought there were pictures uploaded here. I don't know why I'm not seeing them. I was literally, so I actually was on Discord today looking at all of the stuff that was out there, and I know I saw it.
Where were you?
Now I don't know where I saw it. Oh, I think it might be in the. She might have posted it in one of my archived. I bet you it's in archived. It was in archive. Yes. I think the Joker looks great too. I'm going to be pretty stoked to see the. Oh, wait. Yeah, you don't know about the other ones. The Hades. The Hades is arguably my favorite. I'm a big Hades fan. I know it's always the last place you look. It's actually a stone cold truth. I talked to Doug. We made one box of Supercharged available for just straight sale. So one of those is available. There's one assigned to There Will Be Blood 3, which, by the way, only has 2 spots left. Right there. That leaves 2 boxes left. One of those is for sale. Another one is going to go towards another There Will Be Blood. Working on Vader today. The Gauntlet. I am suddenly tired and I shouldn't be. Are these the good ones? I'm going to take one of these in 40 minutes. I'll be wide awake. Yeah, these are the good ones. Plus, I got a stuffed nose anyway. So, it works. Jimmy Bean, I love you. Good. Hey, Jimmy, can I tell them the story or is it too embarrassing?
What's the story?
About walking.
Yes.
Can I tell them or no?
Tell them.
Okay. So Jimmy learned a very valuable lesson today. Jimmy learned a lesson that I don't know if every kid learns, but there's definitely a percentage of children that learn this lesson. Jimmy walked in the door of the apartment today from school, and he had a very sad look on his face. His eyes were a little watery. And he had a line that went across his face and across the bridge of his nose. And I was like, buddy, what happened? And he said, I ran into a corner of the wall. And I immediately said, were your eyes closed? And he said, yes, they were. James today learned you shouldn't walk with your eyes closed. Is that right? Come here.
I was about to tell them, hold on.
Come here. Go to a safe space.
I don't have a nose.
It's fine. See, you can't see it now. No, you're fine.
I mean, I still have that.
Well, you have a little bump, yeah, because you almost broke your nose.
I mean, you could say I tasted that wall.
You
and I did not like it when I tasted.
You tasted
the walls just said, eat this.
Yeah. Over.
Wait, Daddy, I have something to tell them.
Okay.
And then what? They'll be gone right away.
Oh.
Hey guys, it's me, David again. Do you remember me? Can you do that? A little bit of water, a little bit of water. Can someone do that?
Yeah, he's an X-Men fan. What up, my lord? Finally, he's here.
A little bottle of water. A little bottle of water. A little bottle of water.
No, it's mine.
Thanks, Don. I needed that.
Thanks, dog. I needed that.
You're a goofball. All right, listen, I got to do my job now, so that means you got to skedaddle.
This.
Means you got to skedaddle.
Oh, that was my nose.
Well, bente.
Ah.
Ahora. Get. No, I'm serious. I have to. Red card. Okay.
Blue card.
All right. Oh, so, Lord Brownie. I got a surprise. I was telling you, today was full of surprises. And I was waiting for Lord Brownie to get here so I could talk about his surprise. So, some of you will remember that Lord Brownie said that he was going to send me a bottle of Irish whiskey that is from Peaky Blinders, because I'm a big fan of Peaky Blinders. Fantastic show. Stoked for a movie. So, I have anybody that most people that send me stuff, I tell everyone to send it to the studio. It's not because I don't want people to know where I live. I don't care. I have a mailroom, so you're going to blow up the mailroom, not my house. But anything that has value that I know is coming, like surprises, if you have my address and you're sending me a surprise, it's different. But if I know somebody's sending something of value, then I have them ship it to the studio, because the studio has a gate and people that are here all day long. So I had him send it to the studio because I didn't want the package to disappear. And packages typically very rarely disappear from here due to the level of security this place has. So I see the box and I'm like, wow, this is a pretty big box for a bottle of booze. And I'm thinking, he must have really wanted that not to break, so packed it very well. Oy. It is. It is. It is the top of a hill protected by a dragon named Marvin. This is the Bushmills Prohibition recipe. Irish whiskey by order of the Shelby Company Limited. Limited edition. It's dope. I will probably listen. I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably not gonna open this just because it looks awesome. And the cool thing, I love it. It's 92 proof, which I love. But it has a quote on the back, and it says, "Whiskey's good proofing water tells you who's real and who isn't." Tommy Shelby. So keeping that one. Marvin, as it happens to be, also has to be a fan of whiskey. This is true. Now, Carlos, that wasn't the only thing in the box. Then, to my utter surprise and amazement, this little nugget was in there. Now, I will tell you this, right here, right meow. I definitely will be drinking this one. Definitely will be drinking this one. I do like Glenfiddich. Glenfiddich, actually. Glenfiddich is usually my special occasion, rare occasion whiskey. I will be drinking this scotch on air because anytime I get to talk and hang out with you all, it's a special occasion. So this one is for work. Let me put this over here. Actually, let me do what all the cool kids do. Is I'm gonna put the scotch in the bottom bottom drawer of my desk, because in all those movies, they always pull scotch out of the bottom drawer of their desk. So that's my scotch drawer. And that's not all. My lord, I am humbled by the generosity of that ye have given thine court jester. As we all drive him to drink. Now, typically, I have, what was it called? I have to remember the name of it. Yes. I have a Glencairn glass, a monogrammed. I had a D and a C. The D broke because, I got a broken D. But my C is good. But, Lord Brownie's over here one-upping me. Dropping the legendary, comes with a polishing cloth, Norland whiskey glass. How about that bad boy? How about that double-lined beauty right there? And don't worry. When you come visit the studio, we can each have a glass. Thanks to my lord blessing me with these kind gifts. That's right. 'Tis very smart. Hey, Crystal, listen. Hey, listen. Crystal, it's not a competition. Crystal, it's not a competition. But I did get a couple of nice glasses from Lord Brownie. And I did get a bottle of scotch and a bottle of Irish whiskey. This won't be open, period. This is just for collecting. So thank you. My lord, if you don't know, Crystal is also in the industry. And she often finds special booze nuggets for Mrs. the Breaker and I. Look at this polishing cloth is beautiful, and spreads love as well. So yeah, I appreciate both of you. I appreciate all of you, but listen, I have those nuggets. Love it. I appreciate the gifts. I am humbled anytime I see something with my name on it from one of you. It is humbling. It really truly is. Because I'm just a dude who gets to have this cool job talking to all of you, finding really awesome pieces of art and collectibles, and sharing my nerddom with you. And that is awesome. So the fact that you guys appreciate me enough to use your hard-earned money and get me things is flattering to the nth degree. So thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart and soul. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you that have ever given me anything. It means more than you can imagine. So thank you. Yes, listen, I definitely do. Salute. Carlos does like a good drink. Oh, thank you, Carlos. I love you guys too, and gals. Love you peeps, guys and gals. Love you all. And yeah, so that was a huge surprise. He was like, "Yeah, your bottle's coming." I'm like, "Oh, cool! I can't wait to see it. I want to see it." And then I saw it. I was like, "Oh man, I'm definitely not going to open this." Then I saw the glasses, and I was like, "Huh?" And then I saw the other bottle. I was like, "Oh, golly gee willikers." Oh, golly gee. Thank you. By the way, Don, I saw Mickey Dolenz and the Monkey Mobile is going to be at listen, Nickel City Con, it's got some names. I'm pretty shocked at how big Nickel City Con got. And I have to believe it wasn't until it was sold to a new owner that it got big. It wasn't until they finally sold it that it became a draw. But yeah, I grew up watching the Monkees. I loved the Monkees. I have probably seen every episode of the Monkees. Listened to 2 of their albums growing up. I was an absolute Monkees fan. So it better be for how expensive it's getting.
Now we find 5 more topics. Keep 25 topics.
Yeah, I told Jimmy. Jimmy's like, "Are you gonna have some?" And I'm like, "No, I don't drink when I'm with you." He's like, "Why?" I was like, "Because I have to drive, and Jimmy's precious cargo. I don't want Jimmy to get hurt." And he's like, "Oh, okay." Cousin owns a liquor store. Oh, goodness gracious. Here we go. Blanton's Eagle Rare. E.H. Taylor. The fact that we currently only have one of each. Yeah. So this is a true story. I also used to work in the liquor business. $50 an adult. Hey, that's more expensive than some of the shows out here. Don? I think Comic-Con Revolution was only 40. I think it was 40, if I'm not mistaken. For the day pass was 40. I think it was $39 for the day pass. So when I got out of the military, the only real job I had was security for a while. And I had gone to a few wineries in Europe when I was in the Navy. Yeah, Blanton's is very good though. I'm not mad that Blanton's has gone up, especially when it's quality. I mean, I don't like anything to go up, obviously, but at least it's a quality product that's raising its price, not swill. So I was applying to pretty much any job I could get out of the military. I was a machinist, and the machinery I worked on was steam powered, so there was very little work I could do in Buffalo at the time. Not knowing that there was a company called Buffalo Pumps that I ended up working at later in life that was perfect. But I got a job at the second largest liquor store in Erie County. And it was Colonial Wine and Spirits. They had built it, and in the interim, I was working at McKinley Wine and Spirits. Some of you in the Western New York know it. I got a crash course in wine. I became a wine expert, and that's when I got to dabble in Scotch. Went to a couple of Scotch tastings. I know I went. I don't remember much of it. I remember I liked Blanton's, and as much as I hate Ted Kennedy, I did enjoy Dimple Pinch. And that was, I was 22 years old, and that was the first time I had tried Scotch, and it was fire to me. I was like, oh my God, this is harsh. And that's when they told me it takes, I can't remember, they said it was 7 or 9 years to develop a taste for Scotch. I do enjoy peat Scotch. As a matter of fact, Crystal and Juan got me a Port Charlotte that was, I believe, one of the highest tested peat Scotches on the planet. And it was like being a fire-breathing dragon when I drank it. It was awesome. You gotta go potty?
What? Yeah.
Okay, the key's right there. Okay, bud?
Okay, I'm just trying to make a
That's fine. Plan?
video of how to make
Okay.
because look at, there's this gun that's called the Alien Disintegrator.
Yes.
Is it good?
Not really.
I mean, I like aliens, so I mean,
Okay.
it might be powerful.
Go from fancy places. We got ours from Hanks on Oliver Street, who did ask a lot of questions and didn't care about age. I like that. Yeah.
Sorry to bother, but do you know where to find any fiber optics? Because I have
Optics?
4 out of 6.
Yeah, you need to find microscopes, I believe, and break down microscopes.
I got a microscope.
And
So
it was in there, right?
yes.
So now you got to go to technical places like schools and laboratories, and they'll have them in there.
Alright, there's this thing in Fallout where it's a quest where I have to go to a high school.
Yeah, they're there.
Maybe that's...
All right.
Cut fingers!
So yes, I am a big fan of Islay scotches. Don't get me wrong. I am aware, because I studied it and drank a lot of it, I am aware Highland is arguably the most prestigious and world famous scotches in the world. Highlands are typically the ones that the higher end ones fetch thousands of dollars. Um, I have never been a high class hoe. All right, that's a lie. For a brief point in my life, I was a high class hoe. I, for a majority of my life, have not been a high class hoe and appreciate the finer nuance in things. And Islay has always fit my bill. Lafroig, now the Port Charlotte, those ones that are heavily peated, I enjoy because most people can't handle them. And I kind of pride myself on being able to handle the things that other people can't. It's what gives me my flavor. And I got into them because of Lafroig and because of, gosh darn it, what's the other one? Lagavulin? I want to say it's Lagavulin. Hennigans? Hennigans. Hennigans. I used to. Oh, Lord, me and Crown have a history. A history. Yeah, man. Me and Crown have a very. So, I have to say this delicately so that people don't take this the wrong way. First of all, let me make sure Lagavulin is what I'm thinking of. It is Lagavulin is the one I'm thinking of. Lagavulin is the other one that I like. Lagavulin is typically pretty expensive, especially when you get to like the 16 years. Yeah, so I am an Islay guy. I do enjoy the complexity, the rich flavor of Highland. That's why typically I will do Glenfiddich for special occasions. Glenmorangie, which I never pronounce correctly. I think it's Glenmorangie, but I don't remember. Those ones I'll typically, because they're usually really expensive compared to the other ones. Islays tend to not be expensive until you get into like 16 year and above. Then those are crazy. Or you get like one-off single barrel cask strength ones. Then those are like $180. I don't get into those often. So my special occasion one is Highland. But Crown, when I was a bartender, I invented a drink called the Charlie Sheen. That Crown was the main ingredient. It was Crown Red Bull, Crown soaked cherries, 2 of them, pomegranate liqueur, and the rim was sugared. We sold those for like $7. I should have sold them for 12. We sold them for 7 to make them famous. And the name of my nightclub was Barcelona on Pearl. It doesn't exist anymore. And it only existed for about 3 years. And it was a hip hop and Latin club. And I was very popular, despite looking like this. Actually, I didn't have a mustache or a beard at the time. I was like 28, 20. No, I was 30. I was way more handsome. I didn't need a goatee to cover up my extra chin because I didn't have an extra chin. I was 180 pounds. And we would literally have an entire bar drinking Charlie Sheens that I invented. And I got $1 of every one that we sold, and I made a lot of money that summer. What I didn't know is you can patent drinks. You can trademark a drink. Had I known that, I would have trademarked that drink. And they would have had to pay me to serve my drink. But I didn't know that was a thing. It's true, look it up. You can trademark a drink. There's a small chain of bars in the South called the Blue Martini. The Blue Martini literally has a trademark on the term Blue Martini. So if someplace serves a drink called a Blue Martini, they can technically get a cease and desist for serving said drink unless they pay the Blue Martini a fee to use the Blue Martini. Bartended in Vegas at the MGM Mandalay for 8-ish years and some local dive bars. Well, if you Lord Brownie, that makes sense. If you bartended in Vegas for 8 years at the MGM, that's probably why you can just gift bottles to people and buy out breaks. I'm sure you made some coin doing that job at the MGM. What up, Hellbolt? Love you, man. It's the Cerulean Martini. Cerulean Martini. Yeah. True. That's what you have to call it. And make sure you just change 1 ounce of one ingredient, and then it's different. I made a killing bartending 15 years ago. Thankfully, I had a really good friend who did taxes. The Azurtini. Because, man, did I make a lot in cash. And the statute of limitations is over on that, so I can speak freely of it. But yeah, it was a good living. I paid everything in cash and there was no receipts. It was a good time. That also bleeds into me talking about a very different lifestyle than you see now. I was like a gangster back in my late 20s, early 30s. And anybody who ever went to Carlos, if Carlos ever went to La Luna or King's Court or Barcelona, you would know exactly what type of gangster I was. The Scientini.
So since I can't interrupt you.
Viagratini. That's blue, right? You know Sam? Did Sam own it 15 years ago? You should Google it, bud. I don't know where it is off the top of my head.
You can throw it away.
Okay. Google it, babe. That's why you have a tablet next to your controller. Is your tablet still good?
Yeah, it's at like maybe like 29 or 30.
Okay, so why don't you charge it? Yeah.
Daddy, is anyone buying this Lego caveman?
I don't know, buddy. I'll talk to Uncle Doug. Okay?
Okay.
Patience is a virtue, my son.
I'm not your son.
I hope you are. I'm paying for you.
Don't call me that.
Okay. Little boy.
Don't call that me too. Just call me meow.
Fart machine?
No. Call me meow.
You last night, oh my god, I don't know what you ate, but you were letting them rip.
I know, because I was awake.
Yeah, it was like... I was like, oh my.
In your head or like... Did you say that
I was in my head saying that. Okay. Dinner time. I smell spaghetti. Yeah, so 2 more spots in There Will Be Blood. So I don't know, Sam. What did you just say? Why would you say that? Please don't say that anymore, okay? I'm not going to yell. I'm not going to get mad, but don't say that. Was it from a song?
No.
Oh, you were just saying it to say it? You're not allowed to say that, okay? Say you're sorry.
Sorry.
Thank you. So I did security at King's Court. I left Barcelona to, actually no, I was at Quote. Actually no, I bounced around. I was at JP Bullfeathers, and I turned around that establishment. They had a big problem being so close to UB. They had a big problem with underage drinking. I single-handedly flipped that place upside down and got rid of underage drinking. After I cut my teeth there, I went to Quote and did the exact same thing. Quote had very little problems with anything after I was done with them. It earned me the nickname RoboCop. Then I went to King's Court. That was the first time I ever saw anybody get stabbed in a club. And it was a girl stabbing a guy, and I thought that was kind of romantic because he was dancing with another girl. And then we stomped the guy she gave the knife to into the ground, into a puddle of blood and pus. From there, I went to Barcelona, and then I did about 2.5 years at Barcelona. I went from being a doorman to the head bouncer to the barback to the bartender to assistant manager. And then I was like, yeah, I'm going to get a real job because I'm dying with how much I'm drinking. Oh yeah, for us, when in the mid 90s, when I was a teenager, it was the Bradford. Do you remember the Bradford, Don? My friend who was 18 was a bartender at the Bradford, and I was a very young-looking 15, and I had very little problem getting a beer there. Carlos remembers the Bradford. They didn't care as long as you stayed in the back. $1995. I was 15 years old drinking in a bar. Hey, listen, I'm not a role model. I'm just a teller of truths. But yeah, Tanya was the name of the bartender. Tanya was 18. She was my neighbor. We lived in Boston, New York. If it wasn't in Niagara County, no. PM Niagara and 4Gs in the Falls. Let's see. When I lived in Niagara, where would we go? We go to friends' houses. Yeah, no. When I lived out there, we just went to friends' houses. Or Canada. We would go to Clifton Hill. Which, boy, I went to Clifton Hill a few years ago and did not recognize it. Holy buckets, is that a tourist trap? And it used to be bars. Clifton Hill was just bars. Now it's just a tourist trap. Old sage, old grizzled Jedi, and has been through some Sithy situations. It's true, Elbolt, it's true. 4G's was the brand name bar, and it was down the street from the Bit o' Paris. I know the Bit o' Paris. Bit o' Paris. Oh, goodness gracious. Memories. Right up the road from the Bit of Paris, not far from the Niagara outlet stores, on the corner between, I want to say it's Niagara Falls Boulevard, and where the that intersection, they put a Popeyes. And that Popeyes was the first place I ever had Popeyes. Because when I lived in the South, people would tell me, don't go to Popeyes. You live in the South. Get real fried chicken. So it wasn't until I moved back home that I actually went to my first Popeyes. If you worked at brand names, they didn't necessarily care how old you were. Yeah. There is in West Seneca, I worked in a factory called Multisorb Technologies. They made desiccants, pharmaceutical grade desiccants. I was a compounder. I was the wizard that would mix the chemicals to make the desiccant. I think there was 12 of us. And I worked the balls to 8 shift, which is midnight to 8. And there was a cop bar, kitty corner to it. Corner of Military Niagara, there it is. There was a cop bar called the Blue Line. Blue Line or Blue Wall?
2 microscopes.
Blue Wall? I hope you never ate the... I did not. But I did eat some of the ingredients in the desiccant. Because, believe it or not, MSG, monosodium glutamate, is in most pharmaceutical desiccants. And I absolutely was sprinkling MSG on my food at lunch. Because, folks, I have a PSA for you. MSG is not really bad for you, other than the fact that it is a sodium distillate. And sodium is bad. But all of those horror stories in the 70s and 80s. Blue Oyster Club is a Blue Oyster bar, that's right. It was great. It had a great salad bar. The MSG, there's the horror stories from the 70s and 80s, like, oh, MSG is going to kill you, and all the Asian food would be like, oh, no MSG, because people were scared of MSG. Here's something that you don't know about MSG. The fear of MSG actually came from a flawed research group. There is like 1 in 5,000 people or 1 in 10,000 people have a reaction to MSG. It's actually an allergic reaction to MSG. One of those people were in the study, or 2 of those, some number that is astronomically not likely was in the focus group that were doing the official testing for MSG. And at that time, they didn't realize monosodium glutamate could be people would be intolerant. Actually, I lied. It wasn't an allergic reaction. They were intolerant to it. It was similar to a gluten allergy. So these people had reactions to monosodium glutamate. And then it was like, oh my God, monosodium glutamate is so bad for you. 99.97% of the population will not have a reaction to MSG. They just happen to have 1 or 2 people in their focus group that had a reaction to it. And if you look at the studies since then, it has come to find out that MSG is just not good because it's a sodium distillate, but it is not as bad as they like. It's not going to make your wang fly off and explode like they said it used to. So I found that interesting because I saw the guys sprinkle it on their food. It's a savory flavor enhancer. And I was like, oh my God, I thought this was bad for you. And they're like, let me tell you a story. And I was like, no, that's wrong. And then I Googled it. I was like, oh, that's actually right. So yeah, MSG is not as bad. It's not good for you, but it's not going to kill you like they said it would. All right. That's my rant. One of my many rants for the day. You want pizza? Oh, I was going to have pollo today. I also have more of those snack packs that you had last night. The carrots, broccoli, pepperoni. I think I have one with apples in it too.
Yes, that's the one that I wanted.
Okay, we'll look.
What is it with?
Oh, I'd have to look because I bought 3 of them, and I may confuse all of them for each other. So we'll do that. But I may have to give you a little bit of pollo on the side just for extra protein, but small amount. Okay.
Like how much?
A little bit, like 1 piece. Where I cut up one, small one.
Sure.
Okay. Sometimes you gotta negotiate.
I got the
Excuse me.
alien gun. I went to the Morgantown house, and I was in the science room with 4 microscopes, and I picked them up, and then which led me to like 3 plus 4 is
7.
So I had 7.
Good. Okay. Now, if somebody is feeling froggy tonight and doesn't want to do There Will Be Blood, I'll let you choose. I got 2 left. They're too big to put on the shelf, so they're sitting on the floor right now. That's it. That's all I got. I plan on making something today. I believe I'm supposed to have a package coming in soon. Oh, here's 2 other things that came in the mail.
Do you know what costs for $23?
No. I don't know when Doug ordered this, but this is a Mexican foil. It says so right on there. Panini, Mexico. And this sexy little nugget, which I'm not going to lie, not 100% sure I want this to go in anything. I don't know if Trevor's even seen this yet. Also, Mexican foil. So yeah. We got stuff. We got stuff coming in. By the way, Lord Brownie, I absolutely loved Steve Guttenberg. Still do. Steve Guttenberg was one of my favorite 80s artists when it comes to acting. He was great. He was likable. He was relatable. Anything that Steve Guttenberg was in, I watched. The Goot? Oh, yeah. I watched all the police academies, for better or for worse. He was in that movie where he lost all the weight. I don't remember the name of the movie, but he lost all the weight. He pretended to be like New Zealander named Lobo. I watched that movie. They're like everything. He had guest spots on so many shows as well. Big Steve Guttenberg fan. That's right, Short Circuit. I mean, Johnny 5 is alive. I always wanted to be a member of Los Locos. Now I realize that I'm living in the world of Los Locos here in Southern California. 3 men and a baby. Don't forget 3 men and a little lady. No disassemble, Johnny 5. Oh. Yeah, I'll be in LA on Saturday. I'm gonna try to live stream. It'll be on my other channel. But I will be in downtown LA at the City Hall as an observer, not as a participant. I feel like we're living in an idiocracy. It's getting there. I am going as a inactive observer. I will be filming. I will not necessarily be commenting. I will almost definitely not be reading any of the... I'll be fine, Don. I will not be reading much of the chat, as I'll be paying attention to... I'm going during the day, Don. I doubt I will stay there past curfew. Curfew, for those who don't know, in that area is 8 o'clock now. Curfew worked very well last night for anybody who's paying attention in Los Angeles. They blocked off a 1 square mile radius around the City Hall, which includes the Federal Building. So it took about 45 minutes, but after 45 minutes, they dispersed. The protesters here, and this is not political, this is me observing as a local. The protesters here are not as violent as the public is saying they are. Only speak English, just beyond, yeah, right? I'll speak French and really throw them for a loop. Yes, I know about the Molotovs. I actually watched the kid throw the Molotov. I was watching AXN. AXN News is a local guy who has a city press pass who films everything. AXN actually got the video of the kid doing it. Vive la France. And Vive les Québécois.
What are you saying?
Don't worry, bud.
French?
Yep. And it was unfortunate, but he was actually ditching the cocktail. He was trying to throw it. He was holding it lit. And there was about 10 people around him that were like, no, you're not throwing that. We're holding him from throwing it. But then the flames got a little too high, so he threw it against the wall next to the cops, which was the wrong place to throw it. But yeah, he should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. I'm going to look you right in the camera and say that. Prosecute him. He did something illegal. He should go to jail. I don't care if he's 18 or 19. Put him in jail. That was illegal. That was highly dangerous. And I'm not defending him, but it was not as malicious as they said, oh, throwing Molotovs at the police. Not really. If you can catch the AXN video of it happening, you can see that it's not nearly what they said it was. But I digress. I want to be there to just document. It's not every day history happens in your backyard. And I feel an obligation as a former member of the military. I feel an obligation to be present, be watchful, and to observe and report what I see as a non-biased, non-agitator. Yes, buddy.
Do you know what's on my wish list?
What?
Tear down.
Tear down.
So it's a game where you can add in different mobs.
Okay. Can we talk about it after work?
Okay.
Okay, write yourself a note so that remember. I just want to stand witness, one way or another. I will probably find the location of the AXN videographer, and I will even though he's credentialed, I will not be. I cannot get independent credentials. I already looked into it. Even though I am technically in new media, this is considered new media. I am not a reporter in new media. I don't have stories that are considered a media outlet stories. And plus, Doug doesn't want this to be a media channel. This is a collecting channel, which is why I'm going to do this on my other channel. So I'm not going to be able to be credentialed, but the guy at AXN, their videographer is really good. He knows where to stand and what he's allowed to do. And I know if I'm standing next to him, I'm good. Until they move the line, then I can't stay with him. He's allowed behind police line. I would not be allowed beyond police line. So at that point, not that I would ever get that close, but that's when I would detach. I was in the military. Most of my friends in the military were actually Marines and not Navy guys. So I got to read a lot of their tacticians books. And I had one of our guys that was in the laundry room giving us help when I was fixing machines, was studying to be a gunny. And he's like, hey, man, can you ask me these questions? I'm like, dude, these questions are cool. About walking ridge lines and scouting land. And I'm like, I want to learn about scouting, forward scouting, and recon. And he's like, oh, I'm done with this book. Here, have this book. So I got to read the Marine Scout and Recon Training Manual. It's like Mill Step 3.4 or something.
Misa gonna borrow these.
Okay.
Is that for Money Mitch?
What up, Kate? Yeah. Clearly they have never seen you report on an upcoming projects that you weren't supposed to report on, right? Breaking news. No, it's fine, buddy.
I mean, Lord Brownie could use this.
I know, and if he gets something, then I'll ask you for it, so enjoy it. What up, Kate? So I got to read the Marine Corps book on forward advanced scouting and recon, where I learned to read terrain, and I learned to read a topographical map, and I learned to what a click means and how long it takes to move a click, depending on your terrain and degree of pitch. Grocery shopping. Oh, I am, Kate. I mentioned it. He was earlier. Yeah, we're chatting with him. That's when I had mentioned it's going to be soon. Wait, you mean he let you go shopping by yourself? Are you allowed to drive? So, I have questions about soup dumplings. Where is this soup dumpling place? And what kind of dumplings do they have? At this point in my life, it's going to take quite a while for me to get from one click to another. Oh, your bestie goes with you. Well, okay, that's good. It's in Chinatown and everything. What's the name of the place? I want to scope it out so I can have an order ready. And so that all the fans know exactly where I'm going to be, in case I get kidnapped. I'm like whatever the white version of Mr. Chow is when I go to Chinatown. Mr. Chow from The Hangover. I'm the white version. I am so not tame off camera, folks. Don has seen small snippets of it. Don has definitely heard stories about it. Carlos doesn't know how nutty I am. It's pho.
Okay.
You mean, are we talking like where you have the glass table and we take the sushi? Never mind. That's for a different. That's for a different channel. Xiaolong dumplings. Oh, you know, I shouldn't have said that. That's actually, I think that's fairly racist. I apologize. That was insensitive. Even though I'm a comedian, I don't think I should be doing fake Asian accents. So I was insensitive, and I do apologize, and I mean that truthfully.
What does that mean?
Shouldn't have done it. Xiaolong Dumplings, Las Vegas. Ooh, 4.4 stars out of 5. Why, Kate, why is there a picture of you here? I don't understand. I go to Xiaolong Dumplings and I immediately see a picture of Kate slurping noodles. Boy, you must go there a lot.
Strong dumplings. I'm gonna want one of those windows. See a goofy
Okay. Oh, I'm goodness gracious. I came from a mother who taught me manners and a father who taught me to live on the street. So I can be very nice and have proper English manners. And I can also jump in the middle of a Donnybrook and be perfectly fine. I've lived it. I've lived it. Just looking at, there's the dumplings. Ooh. Foie gras? Oh. Hi. I'm not gonna lie, I like foie gras, but that's expensive, so I will pay for that, because that's like the third most expensive thing on their menu. Ooh, I like their pork buns. Spicy steamed pork dumplings. Those look good. I like spicy. Spicy fatty beef noodle soup. That was my nickname in high school.
I can tell.
Thanks, Jim. Super spicy noodle with chili oil.
This is for the
yeah, it looks good. Mapo tofu with pork. Why are you putting tofu with pork? The whole purpose of tofu is to not have the pork. I don't like tofu, but I've tolerated it. Fried chicken in chili pepper? F your mother. That looks so spicy. I know those peppers. Those peppers are butt killers.
What's a butt killer?
James, stop paying attention.
I just want to know what a butt killer is.
You stop repeating what I say, you turd burglar.
What's a turd burglar?
Stop.
Or
Oh,
what?
I'm gonna F that place up.
What did you just say?
Com doesn't end till 8 on Friday?
Caramelization.
Oh, why are we talking about food when you're fasting? Your problem, not mine.
My dad has a tiny.
Yeah, Doug was upset that it was a 9 p.m. dinner. And, yeah, I don't think he took into consideration that the con ends at 8. But it is what it is. I don't know where I'm staying. All I know is I'm rooming with Trevor. Which, by the way, Trevor, if you're listening, I hope you don't mind. I have a white noise machine. I forgot to mention that in our meeting. I do require a white noise machine to sleep. The only way I would stay at Kate's house is if Blind Cat would be the big spoon. That is the only way I would stay there. It's like with my kids, I'm not even staying at my house. Oh, I am only there till Sunday night. I'm flying out midday Sunday because I have to be back. I am probably, since I'm not working other than buying stuff, I'm probably going to be having some drinks. So I want you to know that I may be semi-belligerent. I'm just saying, I plan on having some drinks. I would do it, Saporos. I would pitch a tent in your backyard. Without a doubt, I would pitch a tent in your backyard. I don't care if it is -4 degrees in the desert at night. I have camped in Buffalo. I will be fine in Vegas.
Daddy?
So we're just done with phrasing, right? That's not a thing anymore?
Thank you, honey. It's beautiful.
You're not supposed to see it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I drew you with like a with
An eye patch? Okay. So I'm a pirate. Oh, it looks just like me as a pirate. Thank you. Oh, okay. We're showing everybody now? I am a pirate.
Well, because you look like a pirate.
Because I look like a pirate. Actually, I don't fly in. I'm driving in with Doug on Friday. We're leaving here at 8, so we'll probably get there at like 2 or 3. Yeah, 73 is hotter than I keep my apartment at. I keep my apartment at 70 to 72.
Yeah, they look.
I'm a fat guy. I gotta keep it low. It's 4 to 8 on Friday. We might be there in time. Hello, Mel.
Hello, Jimmy.
Pirate DC looks like he's seen a thing or two. It's true, just like real DC. Mel, we are talking about Vegas and having dumplings on Friday. And Sepulro said I can camp in his backyard. It'll only be like 90 degrees at night. I told him I'm already rooming with T-Bone, so it's not happening. Although I did still forget to tell him about my white noise machine. So he may be sleeping under the pillow and I might be above.
I baked you a pie.
Yeah?
Hey, Daddy.
Yeah.
Want to tell Mommy the story?
I will when we get home, okay, bud? Because red card, honey. Red card.
Daddy, please.
Red card. I gotta work. That's right. Jimmy actually enjoys the white noise machine. Jimmy likes to be shushed to sleep. Shushed to sleep. So white noise fits him well.
Yep. That's my boy. I'm gonna want more with Mingo. With senior goofy eye. You done paid him little bro. I really want my $3 and a piece of gum around.
What else? Jimmy, what else do we have to talk about today?
I'm making a paper airplane.
Okay.
But we have to talk about we have to talk about that She-Hulk.
I already did.
Oh, sorry about that.
It's okay.
We need to talk about, we have to talk about, we have to talk about, you know what, Daddy? I don't know.
Exactly. I don't think there's anything left to talk about.
Daddy, I tried my best.
Hey, you know what? That might fly. Yeah. It did a barrel roll.
Here, Daddy. Literally pointing at you do you know those games with those darts where you have to?
Yeah, I know darts.
This guy.
Okay. So
Red card.
it is red card, and I want to know why now at this point you are not playing one of your games or drawing. No, so please do one of those because
I'm drawing.
Okay, but we have to get used to red card, bud.
Red card, green card.
Yep. Kate, you did. What's up, Money Mitch? That's not the button I wanted. That's the button I wanted. That's not the button I wanted. This is the button I wanted. No. This is the one from the pajama party, Kate. This is the last one that didn't sell. The other two did. This one is Dangle, Bourbon, Malord, and two more. It features a box of Supercharged, a signed mini helmet, and a Bruce Lee box. And a partridge in a pear tree. El Quinto Mundo. I am tired. I should have taken a nap today.
You said you would.
I know, Jim. Then I decided to do laundry. No, nothing that blind wants. Blind needs to, yeah, but one text would get both of them here. And a Max comic to be determined. I wonder if... Oh, I wasn't able to find the picture of the Max. Yeah. No, I need to... Let me see. I really need to upset Kate and find something Max related. Sam Keith. Boy. Oh my God, Steve Oliff. Jimmy. Isn't that your friend?
Oh yeah. Wait.
Yeah. So Jimmy actually knows Steve Oliff.
Who works with Spawn?
He worked on Spawn, he worked on the Max, he worked on a lot of things, and he actually drew drew on a comic for you still have that comic, right? Okay. He sat down and joined Mrs. the Breaker and Jim at San Diego Comic-Con at a table and was just chatting and was teaching James how to draw and use color and drew a giant original piece of art for Jim on a comic book. And then I got to meet him afterwards and was like, I know who you are. You look so sad saying laundry. Well, you know, it's 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 all right. I mean, it's not the coolest thing to have to do today.
Yeah. Now, since we have that paper,
So yeah, so anytime we see Steve Olaf, he even remembered James. Like we saw him the next day, and Steve was like, Mr. Olaf was like, "Oh, hey, James," and I'm like, "Oh, what's going on here? How does my son know Steve Olaf?" Yeah, it's what happens when you're like in the industry, I guess. Oh, I breathed that in. I'm dry drowning. Flop sweat.
so whenever you want to take it out.
All right, folks. Since Money Mitch was surprised I was still here, I think that means I should go.
Make sure you guys
So we'll call last call, and we'll call it a day.
sausage. Put it inside. Next up, we're gonna work on the
Oh, where's Sepulros? Sepulros. It's not one that you it's not one that you got me.
opening it. We are going to pick
But
the sides like that.
let me see.
Now, if you don't know what to do with this, easy step by step.
Listen, I know it sucks, but it is a placeholder.
Open this.
No, it's not Doug, that's me. I don't run it through
Now, this will be the one.
I run my Streamlabs through his Twitch. Doug is at a football thing tonight. So my issue with it, Sepulros, is I can't find a good one that is square. And I've tried to edit some of the regular ones, and they don't look good square because of the writing on them. So aside from making my own pixelated version of them, which is going to take time, that was my placeholder I did for you, so that I could erase the thing. And I had to scrub so hard that I bruised my hand. I do have GIFs.
You just got dangled.
I barely have enough time to do the stuff in my day as is, let alone jiffing up something. And searching for them. I originally wanted It's Always Sunny, Danny DeVito, First Blood, but that one wouldn't fit, so... Nah. I know, Kate, I could always ask you, but that's, you're busy. And I already feature yours.
When it's stored, it's gonna be hidden somewhere around here. So the package to wrap around it.
It doesn't stop Lord Brownie. Oh, burn! Dang, hold on, I gotta get my... Oh, I'm not signed into my account. Oh, man, hold on, that's a salt burn right there. Let me get on my account. We're gonna salt that one.
Yeah. Sounds like the same, right? So it's good for you to throw.
The timing never works on this.
So now that you're all done with that, we're not done with this yet. How? Now we're gonna draw something for your things. Ways.
There we go. That's better.
Be a good boy. With every single
Took me long enough, but I got it.
No. Hold it.
So weird looking at me.
Rumble it up. Open it back up.
Burn centers in the United States. Ooh, that's a good one. If you do not know, An Uncomfortable Truth is my personal channel. It is, I don't know if I have any videos left on it. I did purge a lot. It is a little spicier than this, because I can speak freely. Let me see. Channel, videos.
Why is your name An Uncomfortable Truth?
Yeah, I purged all the videos.
Why's your name
So, if you want to see the live stream of this weekend, then you'll need to follow Uncomfortable Truth. Yeah, I purged everything, Sepulros, when I did the name change.
So you might be wondering, Jamie, how do you do it? Now, a lot of people just think you can throw it. No. You're gonna grab the edges like this.
All right, folks, I'm going to check the gate and we're going to get out of here. It's good, it's good. Yeah, and you know what, Money Mitch, the curfew actually worked very well last night. I'm sure you were keeping an eye on it. They did stay about 45 minutes past curfew, but it's still, when the police did march, people moved. There were minimal arrests. And I mean, yes, there was a lot of spray painting. But it was a lot more civil. It did help a lot. The curfew, for the most part, was abided by. All right, folks. Jimmy, do you want to say goodbye? Just goodbye? Jim, just say goodbye.
Goodbye.
All right, folks. You know it. I love each and every one of you. Do me a favor. Take care of yourselves and each other so we can do it again tomorrow. I have a feeling tomorrow will be There Will Be Blood. I just have that feeling it will be ready for tomorrow. And keep in touch. I probably won't have anything to announce before the show, but maybe during the show tomorrow I might have another announcement. All right, folks, I love you. Good night, and I will see you